Saltwater Inshore Tackle Club box for September. Hope you're ready. Wow, this thing's chockers. We've got a lot to cover. Buckle up, let's go. Right, where are you fishing this month in the inshore range of saltwater? I don't know, but we've got you covered either way. So let's start off with num-nums. Num-nums are things that, from now on, let's say num-nums are things that all fish like to eat. We've got crabs. I don't personally, you might, but we've got crabs and we've got prawns. Let's break it down how we're gonna work it. Let's start off with the smash crab. If you haven't seen the videos on YouTube, feel free to pause it right now. Go have a look. But if you have already seen them, let's just continue on. So these things have an absolutely unreal action on the sink. All you gotta do is take it out of the box, tie it onto your line, cast it out, and when these sink down, the legs on this thing are insane. Big old hook in the middle means your hookup rate's gonna be great. But honestly, it's the slow fishing with these things that make slow fishing fun. So if you're fishing, say, some shallow submerged shoals or reef, this thing's gonna be perfect. Just pop a long cast out there, let it sink down, it'll hit the bottom. Now, two ways you can work this. You can either just really slow roll this, super slow, and this will just look like a crazy little crab, just working his way along the bottom, maybe up some rocks, drop back down again, and just continue like that. Or dart off the bottom, pause, brrr, let him sink back down again into a slow roll. Mix it up. Slow lift, drop, brrr, let him sink back down. These things can be absolutely dynamite for your reef species. Snapper will hit these, your red throat, cod, everything, dynamite. Now your prawns, you're gonna work a little bit fast. This is your snatch bite heavy flick prawn. So these things are actually weighted with a heavier jig head on the front, means you can work these deeper. Now I may not necessarily let these sink all the way down. I will probably let it sink all the way down to the bottom at the first. So I find my depth and I find where the structure is. Then I'm just gonna start just flick and roll. Just get this prawn just darting, sinking all over the place until you get back to the boat, and you probably will get chomped on one of these. Now, if that's not doing the job for you, you don't want to fish as slow and you want to start mixing it up, fish a little bit faster or fish vertically. We've got two different vertical options or speed options here. You've got the flash jarrow. You got the fish arrow flash J split. So these are a split tail plastic, and I'm going to rig these on a fairly heavy jig head if I'm fishing fairly deep. But you're going to just drop these down all long cast out, and I like to do lots of rips, lots of twitches, and work these a little bit faster. Just because of the shape of the tail on these means they're just going to dart all over the place and be super erratic. And fish love these. These are normally one of the first things I'll tie on, especially in this color. I got lucky with my color. I love whites on everything. All fish, all species, everywhere I go, white is normally my first pick, so I got lucky here. But seriously, the Flash J splits, work these fast and don't be too scared to work these fast. You can even troll these if you want. Chuck them on a heavier jig head, like 1-2 ounce even. 2 ounce, not too much, 3 ounce. Go nuts, why not? Chuck it out the back while you're trolling along, and these will just trail nicely. They leave a good bubble trail behind them, and mackerel are still gonna smash these. You'll probably tear them to shreds, but that's what soft plastic's for when you're catching fish. Otherwise, you can just work these vertically, drop them down on a heavy jig head and just work them up and down. is a super good way to work them as well. But now if you're into jigging, we've actually got two different options here, a smaller and a larger profile. So let's start off with the crazy 40 gram cast jig. So this is an Awashi 40 gram cast jig and a 68 mil. So these things are sort of probably a medium. I normally class things as a slow, medium or fast jig. So this is probably a medium jig. You can work these a little bit slower as well, but that'll probably be more the next jig we get to. But the crazy cast jig, gotta be a medium speed. So I'm gonna drop this down and just work it just at a gentle but doable pace, up and down. A lot of pauses, open the bail arm up, drop it back down again, over and over like that. Or if you've got busting up tuna, or maybe you're chasing salmon, or even tailor as well, long cast out, speed retrieve back. These will be fine. These will just go all over the place because of the erratic shape and action to them. You can cover a lot of bases. Now more for jigging though, is the next one, the Berkeley skid jig. You can tell instantly by the shape of the belly, the flat, the width, that these are going to have a much more erratic or wider flutter on them on the drop. So these are going to be perfect for your snapper, perfect for your reefies. I've caught mackerel on these, I've caught wahoo on these, I've caught tuna on these. You know, if you're jigging all of a sudden, oh yeah, got some tuna heading this way, long cast out, burn it back, and you're on. But yeah, mainly I'm gonna work these, 30 meters is a great starting point. This is an 80 gram jig though, so 30 right up to 100 meters isn't gonna be too deep. This will just flutter all the way down and just allow you to work it. Because of the weight, you can work it faster if you wanna do a bit of heavier speed jigging. The way I like to jig, because of carrying a bit, a little bit slower. Just up, down, then wind, down, up, just like that, and you'll just get crunched. Now if you're gonna be working some cliff edges, some breakwater, stuff like that, or even over some shallow to medium shoals or reef, this is where your sinking stick bait comes in handy. These things have a great weight to them and cast a friggin' mile. These things are great. And you can catch so many species on them. But what you're gonna do, you're just gonna pump a long cast out there because you will not be able to help it. This thing is a bullet and just goes. So you're gonna pop a long cast out there. Once it hits the water, I'll maybe wait like 1 or 2 seconds and then just start working. Either it's the speed roll back and this thing will just like a metal essentially, or you can do the sweep and wind. So you'll cast out, sweep back, then wind in your slack, sweep back and wind in your slack, and just keep doing that. Because that'll essentially just cause the bait to flutter. Just drop the box, but good save. But yeah, cast out and sweep and wind will just cause it to swim, stop, sink, swim, stop, sink. That's probably my favorite way to fish a sinking stick bait. Probably seen a lot of popular GT or edgelord fishermen using sinking stick baits, and that's pretty much what you're looking for here. This is the smaller profile to cover a larger range of species over probably a shallower range of water columns. But that's it for the saltwater inshore box. If you haven't noticed as well, I'm wearing a different shirt. This is the new Tackle Club Pro fishing jersey. We've got you covered as the weather starts to warm up. So let me grab this. Little hoodie as well. A lot of fishing shirts don't have these. This is kind of cool. Not only that, but this is, and I own a lot of fishing shirts, absolutely stacks of them, but this is probably the lightest shirt I own. It's absolutely phenomenal. So when that sun comes up, these are super cool to wear, super light. Have that cool little hood. Tackle Club logo on the front and back. And yeah, if you want to check this fishing jersey out, or even the saltwater inshore box, or some of the others in the range, just head to www.tackleclub.com.au and pick a box that's right for you. No, seriously, if you just want to check a box out or check out the new apparel, head to the website. catch you later.